Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of learning VMware vSphere installation and configuration. In this video lecture, we are going to see how to install the VMware vSphere. Uh, it consists of two things. One is the ESXi server and another one is the VMware vCenter server, which is the management server for the VMware environment. And we're going to see how to install ESXi server as well as the vCenter server in this tutorial. And let's go forward. So what I have done is I have installed my workstation here. That's again a VMware workstation. And I have installed here the VMware workstation version 11. Okay. And I have my Active Directory is already running here. So what I'm going to do is I have created a folder here called the vSphere. Let me create a VM on my workstation. So go and click next. So I'll install operating system later, and here select VMware ESX. It gives an option to create a VMware ESX server and select the one which you want to create. So here a vSphere 15 beta, I just want to select here the next, and here I want to give a folder which I want to create right now in the ESXi. So I create in the cloud. Here I'll create a VMware. I call it vSphere. VMware vSphere, right? I'll call it differently. So VMware vSphere I created. In this I am going to create another called ESXi, and that is I'll install 6.0 update, so 6.0, and I'll create another one called the vCenter server. So these are the two I created. Now let's go and put my VM in those folders which I just created, and the VMware vSphere in that the ESXi, and I call it VMware vSphere ESXi 6.0. Next. Now I am going to store in a single file, and let me create 120 gig of storage. Next, and just finish it. We can edit the properties again later. So here my basic VM configuration is ready. Now let me edit those. Here the memory is 4 gig. I have 32 gig available, so let me go ahead and give 32 gig, and I want to put 4 CPUs to that, 4 CPU and 16 gig RAM, and let me put okay, I can go and create a host only environment, or if you want I can create a bridge environment. Let me create a bridge environment which will connect to my connect my router that is connected to internet. So I'm going to connect that, create another network adapter, and let me create that maybe host only. I can do that just to show some of the networking concept internally, and to put more number of network adapters, so that I can show you how virtual networking happens inside ESXi server and vCenter server, right? So this is done, and if you want you can go ahead and create another storage also, like a hard disk, I'm going to create another hard disk that will serve my storage. SCSI recommended. Next, create a new virtual disk. I'm going to allocate single file, maybe 240 gig. I'll give 240 gig and single file. Next, and I am finishing. This is now having two hard disk, memory of 16 gig, processor 4 CPU, 4 virtual CPU I gave it, and I believe I'm done. And yes, another thing, now I have to give the ISO image from where I want to boot. So go and select here, go to again edit virtual machine settings, just for your information. CD DVD, select here, go to iOS image file, browse, and I have kept my ISOs, all the ISO image I have kept it in the storage ISO and VMware ISO here. This one is the VMware of update 2. Open it, which I expect you have downloaded that from VMware after registering in the VMware site. You can download those, and evaluation version will be valid for 60 days, and you can readily use all the features of VMware vSphere for 60 days without purchasing the license. Okay, so my ESXi server is now almost ready to be installed. Now go ahead and start off power on the virtual machine. So here it will go and install ESXi 6.0. so ESXi and enter, just loading ESXi installer, and it will not take much time. In fact, it will be quickly installed. So just to show you how it is going, and if it takes longer time, possibly I'll pause the video, but I believe it should not take much time. So you see here it is showing that 4 of the 8 core I have in my host machine. I have 8 core actually, and I am allocating 4 cores to this particular VM. So my ESXi server will have 4 core and 16, whereas my base system is having 32 gig and 8 core. So half of the processing I'm allotting to this ESXi server. In fact, I could allot more, like 6 and 24. I'll show that later. I can modify that into 6 core processor and 24 gig of RAM I can give. Maybe that will do later to just test, and I can very well do that, or many combinations we can give. So this is going on, and possibly it will take some more time before we can really able to access those internal configurations. And let me go ahead and okay, it is starting. I think it is almost done, so I don't have to pause the video. Yes, so okay, so here enter, it is asking welcome. Just click enter inside the VM and enter, accept and continue F11, enter F11. So just follow the steps. It is pretty simple, anybody can install. So here it is going to you see the 2 storage devices which I created. So here it's asking where to install, so selected first one already, so just enter to continue, and enter continue US by default. Give a password, complication enough, like I have given capital A B C D @1234 A B C D @1234, just for simplicity, for my own configuration here. Continue. For production, don't give this password, obviously. F11. So now it is installation started, and you see it is pretty fast, just going on 28% already. Well, I could have done in my other disk. I have SSD in my system here, the C and D drive, but my D drive is almost getting filled up. That's why this is a hard disk, and these two are SSDs, solid state drive. So if I could install on D drive, it could be much more faster, obviously, in the D drive, but I have installed in the E drive. That way it is taking some more time actually, otherwise it could have been already finished. So because I don't have much storage available in my SSD, a lot of things has been already done, so I am not installing in the D drive. Well, it's not taking, still not taking much time, 74% over already. Well, it is done, and you see, didn't take much time just to install the ESXi server. This concludes my video of installing. Now let's, in my new next video will be shown how to configure ESXi and access from the ESXi client. Thank you for watching.